My name's Chad, and I'm reporting from Shanghai, China. This is my first trip to China, and I'm absolutely impressed with the area. I just had you might have saw my first video that I did earlier, where I was in Starbucks and I was absolutely tired, so I can actually tell you all the things I wanted to tell you, but now I feel a little bit more refreshed. So anyways, so I had a meeting over here in China with the Bitcoin exchange, BTC China, and they're doing some really interesting things. And then I also met with some other people that are involved in China, particularly in the blockchain alt currency. And they had some really amazing things to say. I still remain very bullish on Bitcoin itself, and particularly the blockchain. So I work with a blockchain research company, and we develop indicators on try to forecast sentiment within the blockchain. Sentiment's really low, which means risk is really low. So we actually like that. We consider now is a pretty safe time to be in Bitcoin. Also, there is the likelihood of an event to happen in 2015. We're not saying it's absolutely guaranteed, but we would not be surprised if there's going to be an event around October of 2015. What's fascinating is Bitcoin has never really been involved in a financial meltdown or market collapse. And we're actually quite bullish and excited on what could actually happen with Bitcoin during a financial fiasco. We remain bullish on it. Any smart investor would not ignore the potential of the Bitcoin and the blockchain here in Shanghai. We remain very optimistic on it. It's just going to take time. We still think we're pretty early. However, we could see some terror and volatility in the markets, which could flush a bunch of funds into through the blockchain and the cryptocurrency community. So we remain pretty positive. I've been in Shanghai, and I don't think it's really that cheap. I've read Sean Ron's book, The End of Cheap China, and I think he's definitely right about Shanghai. I mean, it's still a little bit of value here, but I live in Japan, and I actually find a better value in Japan. There's been a lot of negative sentiment about Japan, and don't go there, don't buy there. They're too much debt problem, things like that. But maybe if you're a contrarian investor, bad news is what the market bottoms are made of. So I am actually more bullish on Japan than I am in China. For the meantime, anyways. But for the long term, I see a lot of opportunity here in China. So it's been, I develop software for the blockchain, and I visited a couple of exchanges. I visited an exchange in Hong Kong, and I visited an exchange in China, and it's absolutely fascinating on what they're doing. Bitcoin just does not feel good. However, if you have a gold Bitcoin like the one that I have there, this feels pretty nice, feels pretty good. I get a lot of interest in it. People ask me where I get it, and I tell them you can buy it from Amazon or from runbitcoinrun.com. And that's where I get it. So anyways, I hope this video was somewhat useful. If you got nothing out of this video, just remember one thing. There can be an event in 2015 that could be positive for Bitcoin. Pretty good chance that there's going to be an event that could be not good for the equity market, but it could be pretty good for the blockchain environment. So, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't forecast the future, but I can look at confidence intervals, and there's a pretty good confidence interval that we could see an event that would happen. So, thank you so much for watching, and, goodbye from Shanghai, China. Hello from Shanghai, China. I just flew in a couple of days ago, and I just finished a meeting with one of the business developers at the Bitcoin exchange, BTC China. an ATM. So they had a Lamassu ATM, and they went and put it into a coffee shop, but there's just no demand. People weren't using it for anything, so they went and took it back and actually put it into their office. So I will be publishing more information about my trip to China and Hong Kong. I'm meeting with the different various Bitcoin exchanges there. I'm not going to say too much because I'm in Starbucks and I just had a coffee and I'm still tired. So